Now that you've built and configured your process, let's dive into debugging and troubleshooting before publishing it. The Debug and Debug step-by-step options in the top left toolbar let you test and validate your workflow and catch the issues. Use Debug to start a full run and use Debug step-by-step to execute your process one element at a time for precise inspection. Let's debug it using Debug option. But wait, we cannot test it yet because we misconfigured something on the way, as the Validation Issues panel listed few issues. Click the Validation Issues panel and notice the number of validation issues found in the process. Select a warning or error within the panel. This will direct you to the affected element in the designer. It seems we incorrectly configured the mismatch branch on the exclusive gateway. To fix this, open the expression editor and insert the Boolean value returned by the previous workflow. Now, click Debug, the execution begins, and new panels open up to help you test and debug the process functionality. In debug mode, you can interact with the agentic process elements and inspect their details. The output panel displays the details about the progress of each run. Execution trail panel provides step-by-step information for each execution, including details and variables. You can expand any step to view additional variable details. When the debug instance is paused, you can even edit variable values. You can also add breakpoints to see how elements are executed. When a breakpoint is triggered in an agentic process, the process engine pauses execution, allowing you to inspect the execution details. To add a breakpoint, hover over an element and select the breakpoint icon, or right-click an element and choose Add Breakpoint while testing step-by-step. Currently, breakpoints can only be set once you begin debugging a process, but they will be retained between runs. When debugging, you'll notice three options in the top left ribbon. Continue runs the entire workflow or until the next breakpoint. Stop ends the debugging process and returns you to your agentic process. Next step advances the process one step at a time. Notice that the process failed at the Get PO Details step. To check the error details, click the task and navigate to the Incident tab. To inspect the values of the variables used in this step, go to the Variables tab. Modify the variable to correct variable from the previously developed process. Let's try to test again. Notice that the breakpoint is triggered. In the execution trail, you can check the output arguments returned by previous workflows. Click Continue so you can move through the workflow. You will see each step executed with all the details associated. As you see, we need to accept or reject the action app created. To achieve this, navigate to the execution trail and click the Human Action Agent. In the Details tab, select Open Action App Task. Then click Assign to Self and review the invoice details and PO details. After reviewing, add your feedback and click Submit. When the Complete Task pop-up appears, click Complete to mark the task as finished in the workflow. Let's continue the execution and see what happens. Great! Complete process executed successfully. If your workflow has multiple start events, for example, an event trigger, a scheduled timer, or a manual start, you can right-click on a specific start node and choose Test. This lets you debug from exactly the trigger you want without running the entire process from the beginning. Let's now publish the project to the orchestrator. To do this, give the project a descriptive name. Click on Publish. Optionally add a changelog description and choose the location where the solution should be published. Let's go with Orchestrator Tenant Processes feed. To run the automation, you have to first deploy the solution. To do this, navigate to Orchestrator. Click the folder of your choice. Navigate to Automations, Processes, and click Add Process. Start configuring a new process by selecting the package source name. Then click Next. From the connection drop-down, select the appropriate connection and click on Next. Specify the display name in the process details. Finally, click Create to finish the process configuration. Great. Now, let's run the Maestro workflow directly from the orchestrator. To run the workflow, click Start Now, and then click Start. To check the process details, click the process, and navigate to Job Details and Trace tabs. We have reached the end of the demonstration. Thank you for watching.